is it.
Minutes to 9.
Yes, sir, right on the dot. You know I've been waiting for...
Shut up. What's the time got to do with us?
As I was saying, it's 10 minutes to 9. 10 minutes to 10, you all be out of Twin Forks, drunk or sober. Don't come back. I make myself clear.
"5 years in that stinking jail, and already we're getting shoved around. You gonna let him get away with it?"
Ain't you had enough, kid? I'm telling you, for the last time, you gotta stay out of trouble.
Leave me alone. How are we gonna get rid of him?
Maybe you figure on doing it.
Maybe I could, McCord.
You're not thinking of losing me, are you? And brother yours is gonna rot in jail like I did. I'm bringing him back if I have to drag him by his heels.
He'll kill you.
He'll have to.
Cut it out.
Well, what about some service?
We're getting out of here. Go on, kid. Line us up some horses and guns.
With what?
They let you out of jail, give you 10 lousy dollars. What can you get for that? Throw your watch in. That's worth something.
What kind of service you fellas want?
Whiskey.
Everybody?
Yeah, everybody.
Don't go with us, kid, please. Get yourself a job on a ranch.
You're really crazy in the head, ain't you, Doc? Me quit now? Why don't you leave me and Egan alone?
Been waiting to do that for 5 years.
I ain't giving you that hour. Get your horses, anything else you want. You're getting out of town now.
I should have killed him.
Friends you got. Well, counting the spilled whiskey, you owe me $7 damage. I got a Mexican saddle I paid $90 for in El Paso. I need a horse And a rifle. Well, don't get much call for such a fancy rig as this. And just sit here. How about one of you?
What's that, mister?
Want to buy a saddle? Paid $90 for it.
I don't know. All I've got's a mule and a Sharp's carbine with a busted primer and $3. I'll give you them for it. I'm a poor man, mister. I'm just prospecting now. You tell him, Bert. I lost everything I had about a year and a half ago. The Apaches fired my ranch at Stone River and went off with all my cattle.
All right, Marlowe.
Well, I got a right to yell, ain't I? After Fort Sumter, Lincoln ordered the soldiers out of this territory, and the Apaches are running wild.
He ain't interested in your troubles.
Well, then let him tell me. The whole place is infested with Apaches. A man ain't safe 20 miles out of town.
I heard your offer.
Yeah?
I have a horse and a gun I'll trade you, and a saddle good enough to ride anywhere. I never had a saddle like this. A man deserves a saddle like this once before he dies.
What about that $7? Here's 10, and I'll take a bottle of whiskey. All right. Let's see that horse.
Well, one good thing, we lost McCord.
Think so? What happened back there is only the beginning of the trouble you're going to get into with him.
You got so much advice? Take some yourself.
Look, son, ain't nothing much more can happen to me, but you're young. You could get into something decent.
You still ain't figured your brother waiting in Sonora with all that money. You've been sure of that for a long time, ain't you? How you know he didn't run out on us?
Because I know Frank. Just like I know he won't let McCord get to him either. I can just see old Frank letting McCord take him back to clear his name. Would you mind telling the sheriff I had nothing to do with holding up the stagecoach, with stealing $10,000? Honest, I was just minding my own business.
Minding his own business.
If you're worrying about Apaches, head toward Fort Yuma. It's still open. About 70 miles southwest.
You know anything about watches?
About what?
I made a deal on 3 horses and some guns. Some fellas the sheriff rode out of town. A real gold watch and $30. I made a fine swap. You should have seen them horses.
Where'd you get this saddle?
It ain't stolen, if that's what's bothering you.
You know Frank Egan?
He owed me $60 in a poker game up in Tomahawk Gap 5 years ago. Somebody shot and killed him when they caught him cheating.
5 years ago?
3rd of August, 1859.
How do you happen to be so sure of the date?
Only time I ever had a royal flush, and everybody's setting in, and they catch a man cheating. I'd have cleaned up. You wouldn't forget it either, brother. Well, everybody took something to square what Egan owed them. I took his saddles. Somebody took his guns. You. Telling you the same thing I told your friends. Don't come back. Where they was riding them horses, it won't last 3 hours.
Where were they heading for?
Torgat Springs.
Hey, do they know what they're getting into?
They wanted a shortcut to Sonora. If they want to take on Apaches, it's none of my business.
Come on.
Maybe they'll kill each other off. Save somebody the trouble.
How'd it work?
Like a charm. We give them maybe a day's start.
I got a way to get us out of here. Let them think they killed us. They want our scalps and our guns. Just wait till they come down to get their hands on us.
You're crazy.
How many bullets have you got?
What are we afraid of?
It ain't crazy at all. I'm for it.
Who cares what you're for?
I said I'm for it.
Me too.
Listen, if we try to...
You don't like it, go climb them rocks then.
That gun. If you think I helped you out of this because I wanted to see any of you live, you're crazy. Frank Egan's dead.
You're lying.
Take a look at the saddle on my horse. I got it from a man who saw him die. Go look at it. You satisfied?
If Frank's dead, there's no money. There ain't no money.
You didn't come this far just to tell us that?
No. Frank got shot in Tomahawk Gap the day we went to prison. He died broke. But a man don't die broke when he's got $10,000 to spend in a town like Tomahawk Gap. He never got to the money.
So that's your idea?
You know where the money is, don't you?
If it's still there, we're getting it.
With me.
It's our money. You got no call on it.
Why didn't you tell that to the posse when they closed in on you? Why didn't you tell them that I was just a stranger that you'd met up in the past, that you'd never seen me before?
Figured having you, they wouldn't look no more for Frank.
Sure. And I spent all them years in prison paying for it. I was making $30 a month riding fence. That's $360 a year. 5 years makes $1,800. That's what Frank Egan owes me for serving his time. Now he's dead and I'm getting my $1,800.
What about us? What if we say no?
You ain't gonna say no. You're leading me to my money, and I ain't particular which one of you do it either.
All right. All right, there's enough money for all of us.
I know the country. We got 60 miles of desert and mountains on horses that ain't good enough to travel 20.
Which way are we heading?
Southwest. We came from here. That's Twin Forks. This is Torget Springs. We head 60 miles southwest across these mountains. We travel at night, hole up by day, walk our horses every 3 hours. If we're lucky, we ought to make it in 2 nights, maybe 3. If we don't run into more Apaches. Get your guns.
Why, kill her? Who said we're gonna kill her?
And maybe there's more of them. See if you can make her talk.
You talk. Habla! Habla!
What are you talking to her for? A no good Apache. She ain't gonna talk to you.
She's no Apache.
You can't leave her here. She'll bring her whole village after us.
We're taking her with us.
I don't care what you do. Let's get out of here.
Is it bad?
Just give me a little time here. Just a little time.
Sure. You'll be all right. We ain't leaving you.
Who says we ain't gonna leave him?
I'm all right. I'm gonna be all right.
It's 60 miles to Tomahawk Gap. I don't want you slowing us up.
I'll take care of him.
What's the matter? We've been in this together from the beginning.
Come on. Make up your minds.
I said I'd take care of him. He won't cause you no trouble.
Just remember, the first time you slow us up, you get dumped.
Come on, kid. You gotta go. Now.
Big man now. Me and Egan. Money. Gonna get money. Can't shove me around. Ain't nobody gonna shove me around. Nobody. Nobody. No more.
Easy now, boy. Easy.
You ain't gonna leave me.
Now, easy. Get some rest. That's all you need.
Have money, Egan.
You gotta help him. I didn't know his arm was going to get that bad.
What do you want of me?
We're gonna dump him. That's what we're gonna do. He ain't even got a horse anymore.
Well, he's got mine. You gotta help me with him. Please. Just take a look at him.
Will you?
Taking my money. Keep it all. Taking what's mine. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. Nobody.
What do you think?
We ain't got nothing to work with. There's nothing we can do.
I want to get the money. Get the money. Big man now.
Nato.
Nato?
Nato.
Tobacco. Tobacco? Give us the tobacco.
Keep your hand off that gun.
Get away, McCord.
If you want to keep your scalp, there'll be no shooting. Out there's Apaches all over the place. They can spot us by a gunshot for 20 miles.
I heard you. Easy, boy. She ain't gonna hurt you. She's helping you. She's gonna make you well.
Tu nada. Iish alta.
That ain't no wound for a man to fret on, is it? Oh, wouldn't hurt you. I guess we are like animals, killing one another. We never learn. We just go on killing one another. You don't understand me, do you? But that boy, if I could only help him, if he'd only listen to me, if I could only get him away from that Egan. I know I never made nothing of my life, but that's no sign I couldn't help him. You understand? Do you?
Chata hey. Sheskis.
Oh, that's nice. Jota hey. Sheskis.
couldn't play a good tune. The girl wasn't bad, though. The girl wasn't bad. Let's get the money. Leave that stinking kid alone!
Gonna take no doctor to know what we gotta do now.
Well, do it then. Stop telling us.
He's got a stake in this too, and we ain't letting him die.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Lay back.
You ain't cutting my arm!
Spit in your face when he's better. You spit in your face.
Maybe so, but I'm taking that bullet out now.
Are we gonna get that money or ain't we? Go ahead.
You and the girl hold him when it gets bad.
Come on, let's get it over with.
Take my money. Want to see me die, don't you? Egan. Where's Egan?
I don't know nothing about this kind of stuff.
Here, you know how to handle this. Better start giving him some now.
In this slop hole. 8 hours.
Yeah, but it was a mighty nice place the last time I was here. That shiny bar. All that liquor behind it. All them pretty whiskey bottles. And that funny-looking bartender. No more running from the law. I'm gonna get me a little ranch. A few head of cattle. Maybe the kid would even come and stay with me.
Kid? Bahia.
Bahia.
Helgt. Poashi.
Water. 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 Water.
A Navajo. Bless my soul. What's a Navajo girl doing here? Hey! Well, now, some folks to talk to. I ain't seen nobody in Tomahawk Gap for some time. No, sir. I ain't talked to nobody in years. 3 of you, huh?
What about it?
Nothing at all. I was just asking. My name is Travis, Jonas P. Say, what you doing with that Navajo girl? This is Apache country.
What you doing here?
Well, that's my graveyard down there. I take care of the graveyard. That's what I do. Tend it, see it looks proper. Ain't no Apache running me off my job either. No, sir. You ain't said who you was, mister.
Just passing through.
Well, that's nice.
Hey, what'd you mean you tend the graveyard?
I see there's 4 of you. And the girl.
What about the graveyard?
Well, that's my job. That graveyard's been my duty even since before the Indians killed 7 of my kin and chased everybody out of this town but me. Well, somebody speak up. What's the matter with the boy here?
Never mind him. You mean you've been here alone all this time?
Well, I wouldn't say that. Them soldiers from Fort Yuma, they ride by every so often. I live up there in the rocks about 3 miles...
What about Indians?
Oh, I can smell the Indian a mile away. They don't get no chance of watching me. No, sir.
I said there was to be no shooting. Who is this?
Just a crazy old coot takes care of the graveyard. We getting that money?
Right now.
Money? What money? What do you... Give me my gun!
Take it easy. Now, when we move, let's stay close to the building. Stay out of sight as much as we can.
I thought you said you was just passing through.
I'm going with you.
Nobody's leaving you, boy. We'll be right back.
I never seen men like you before. Say, this is my town. I'm supposed to be telling you what to do. Where you taking me? What's this all about? Give me my gun.
You want a left to a right, old age. You better quit your talking.
you men doing here? Tell them to leave my graves alone. Leave my graves alone.
That ain't it. Wait a minute. They look just like this, but you gotta look for a grave marked with the name of Martha Carrot. I'll never forget that name. I had a gal once by the name of Martha.
You keep out of here. You ain't got no business here.
Here it is, just like I told you. Martha Carrot, right in here.
Stop that, Stephen. I gotta keep this place neat and nice, because someday folks is gonna come back here to stay and make this a big city. Then they're gonna call this the Travis Cemetery in honor of me, because I was the only one that stayed here to take care of it. Leave my graves alone. You keep out of here. Stop that gigging, I tell you.
You'd have blowed your head off.
It's here! We got a hand here!
Oh, I tried it. Wait a minute. Here, try this.
Shoot it off. No. The Indians here, it's too bad. I said shoot it off.
Give me his coat. Get it off. Here, give me his coat. Come on, take it off. Yeah.
Couldn't have just disappeared. It was all in bundles, tied up tight. We all seen it.
You got the money, ain't you? You take care of the graves and you found it. That's why you don't want us around here.
Where'd you put it?
Put what? Why would I go digging up graves? I don't know anything about any money. Why you come bothering me like this? I didn't do nothing to you.
Well, somebody took it. We buried it here. Why is the box still here but no money?
You ought to know. You had it. Frank gave it to you.
What do you mean, gave it to me? You saw what happened. We all saw it. Frank took the money when we got it off the stage, didn't he? He made us split up when they caught up to us at the crossroads. He said when we reached town, we'd meet in back of the saloon. Frank got there first. He had the box, remember? And just like he told us to do, we quietly slipped into town. And one by one, we reached the back of that saloon. We were right behind him. But we were hemmed in, remember?
Cut both ends of town. We'll cut them off.
The town was filled with a posse. Frank said we'd have to hide the box and the money. They'd hang us if they caught us with it. Frank had this graveyard idea. He said nobody'd think of looking for us in the graveyard. So we separated again. And agreed to meet right here.
Some of you men split up and search the alleys.
Frank was right about the graveyard. It was the safest place. And while the posse had the main street blocked, and most of the alleys covered and were searching every building, we all came in here and picked this grave. Right here is where we buried it, together. You and me and Doc and Frank. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Frank wasn't there. Frank wasn't with us. Not when we buried the box. He never showed until we'd almost filled the grave. He came in behind us later. A long time later. I remember him standing there, just watching us. Then we scattered to meet in the pass. That's the last we saw of him.
Never was any money in it. That's it. He took it out before he gave it to the kid.
Yeah. Frank had a couple of minutes alone when we hit town. Before we met back at the saloon.
Yeah?
That's why I didn't show at the graveyard till later. He was hiding it.
Yeah, but where was he hiding it? Where do you think he hid it?
I don't know.
Well, we left him back at the saloon. He went across the street. Not with a posse at both ends of town.
No.
He'd have picked a spot someplace between the saloon and the end of the street.
Yeah. What do you think? We're wasting time. Let's get started.
Nothing in the alley, nothing here. What are we gonna do, rip up the whole town?
Now that the kid's right, we've only got 5 places to search, here to the end of the street. That ain't nothing.
Gotta get Doc out here. What's he doing in there, babying that kid again?
I ain't done nobody any harm. You didn't have to tie me up like this.
Looks a lot better. You want your share, you better get out there. Here.
Who are you telling me?
Nobody's telling you anything. You want the money, don't you?
Nothing out of this neither. It ain't here. It just ain't in the town.
We keep looking.
What for? Maybe the kid, maybe he didn't remember right.
He has to be right. Frank had never got out of town with it.
How do you know?
He never spent it. He died here.
I don't care. It ain't here. I ain't looking no more. I'm getting out. I'm taking the kid and the horse and I'm getting out. I'm trying to...
Let him go. No.
It ain't here. You and me is getting out.
What's the matter?
It ain't here. The money ain't in the town.
When we leave together. With them Indians around, every man's a gun, even him.
Even him? We shouldn't have come. We should never come in the first place.
Fill this. Fill it. So you figured it had to be buried from there to there. It was dark, wasn't it? Who said he couldn't have taken a chance and crossed the street?
How long you think we can stay here before the Indians come down on us?
Drop your gun! Drop those guns, both of you.
That's smart. Those shots could bring Indians down on our necks.
Drop them! Get over there. Get back in there. Move! Where'd he come from?
I don't know who you are, mister, but you can't be no crazier than these rascals coming into my town, digging up my grave.
Shut up! Maybe my saddle didn't turn out as good as you figured.
Saddle's fine. Been trailing you since you left Twin Forks, me and my partner. He'll be back early this evening. Send him up to Fort Yuma for some help.
What help?
Gotta make sure the government gets back that Army payroll you stole from him. He might have left with the money.
We ain't got any money.
He ain't got a very good memory either. Tore up the town pretty good finding it. Now, where is it? There ain't no money. Come on, search us. There ain't a stick of money.
He ain't lying. We haven't found it. That doesn't mean we're not going to.
Stay back.
You can stand there just so long with that gun pointed at us.
I can stand a long time. Maybe you got it, maybe you ain't. You're stuck either way. The army will be here soon. If you're lying, they'll make you talk. A little more of that jail you just come out of will make you talk, all right.
You can't put us back in jail.
Why not?
Because we should.
Get back! Stand back against the bar. Move! Turn around. Turn around.
Look out, mister!
Tie him up.
What about his troops?
They won't be here tonight. We've still got time.
What's the matter?
Listen, ha, dina, dine.
What are you trying to tell me?
Listen, ha, dina, dine.
You stay. Stay here. In those mountains over there. Indian signals.
We came this far. We're finding it. Maybe under the next board. Don't you understand? Maybe under the next board.
Maybe I can get the army here before your man does. You said they couldn't get here tonight, didn't you?
What you figuring?
Well, the army sends a patrol. Go on search every couple of days for Apaches. They get as close to here as 4 or 5 miles sometimes. There's a busted mirror over by the bar. Careful, the girl's watching us. Get a hold of it. Hold it up to the window. Let the sun hit it. Tuwakla. 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 Shlenana. 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 Shlenana.
Huh? In die elke te sla.
Go on back. Go on.
In die elke
Go
te
on
sla.
Back. Go back. Come on, get off the street. Leave her alone.
shut it down.
He ain't gonna lay a hand on you. No more. You understand? No more.
You're gonna take care of it. How you gonna take care of it with one arm?
Get to the saloon.
I'm getting that horse.
What do we do now? A scouting party, and he'll bring the rest back. Come on.
Egan's dead.
Where's your horse? I said, where's your horse?
Down behind the stables.
Get it, Doc.
McCord. That rifle. That's Marlowe's rifle. How'd you come by it?
One of the Apaches had it.
You never got to Fort Yuma.
You ain't leaving us tied up here. Them Apaches are coming back.
We won't have a chance.
Those rifles. We'll drop them outside as we go. We haven't got the horses to take you with us. Turn around.
We ain't leaving the girl. She goes along with me.
How about else?
He's got a place up on the rocks. You'll make out all right. Did you get the horse? Yeah. Here's some bullets.
You ain't taking the Indian girl, are you? She double-crossed you. She double-crossed you, I tell you. You take anybody, take me. Who you think brung them Apaches?
We're leaving, kid. Are you coming or ain't you?
You ain't blaming her.
She was using that piece of mirror there, catching the sun with it. She was using that, I tell you.
You're a liar.
I ain't. She was flashing it. I seen her when she done it. You can't take her. You gotta take me. You gotta take me.
Come on, kid, we're going.
Go on.
Ain't you gonna take me? I'm telling you the truth.
Ha, Shiguadinga.
You do hate us. Yeah, I seen that flash from the window. You've been waiting all this time to go back to them out there. Well, go on. Go on back to them!
I thought we was taking the girl. They never got away.
It's only been a few minutes. They ever got a chance. Doc. They got Doc.
What's she still doing here? Where else should she be? She's no Apache. She was a prisoner of them Indians when you picked her up. Another thing I didn't tell you. Travis and I gave the signal. He was trying to reach the troops out there. The girl didn't have nothing to do with it. Enough of them, they go back for more of their tribe.
Oh, they ain't never going back. You don't know Indians if you think you can scare them.
Why are they so quiet all of a sudden?
They're getting at my graves! They're getting at my graves!
Stay away from that door. They're just down at the end of town getting ready to come back.
I gotta protect my graves! I gotta protect my graves! I know what the Indians do to graves! I know! I know! I'll get them out of my graveyard! Rascals from the inside! So they're all gonna get out of here!
You're not scaring off. Got any smokes?
Why'd you come back? Why did you?
Got about an hour before sundown.
They've been using that gully up at the end of the street and dragging the wounded back there each time.
Hey. That keg of gunpowder we found. It's just up the street in front of one of the stores. If they're in that gully taking care of their wounded, waiting for dark, they're in one tight little group. We dropped that keg of gunpowder into the gully.
What's setting it off? Ain't got no fuse, nothing.
She can shoot this straight into it. That's all we need. I'll get the gunpowder to the gully. I'll let them see me. When I start running back, let the arrow go with a fire torch on it. When those Indians start to follow me, that keg of gunpowder will be right under their feet. They won't know what hit them. Got any matches?
Yeah. One bullet. That ain't gonna cover you much.
Just keep your eyes open.
You. Me. Sonora.
Chi?
Bahia.